talking about your mom, because I did want to honor your background, your heritage, your family. It does play in so much, and obviously who you are, who we all are. But share with us just again what parts of your background really lend themselves to you having become such a leader in this space.
So I think a number of different facets, and that's the part of having just such a blessed, triumphant yet turbulent life. I bring all of that to the table, and I really don't shy away from sharing some of my own stories in all of my keynotes. And so some of the things that I've brought is that a word? So brought to the table would be the fact that I am I have Indian descent. So I was born and raised in Canada, but my parents, as I mentioned, came from India well over 60 years ago. So that gives me the best of both worlds when it comes to that cultural component. Managing the immigration office, and after that, I had my own relocation and settlement company working with international oil and gas firms. So that business background really helped me move in the space. I definitely take my work from both the diversity and inclusion and the business side, because I have a business background. I actually have my BCom and a political science degree as well as my business degree. So I bring those things to the table. 6 years ago, and I become very public about this because I think it's so important that we share our stories, and with vulnerability comes strength. I went through situational depression and anxiety 6 years ago. And it was situational. It was a physical ailment, couldn't get better, and it affected my situational anxiety, depression. Honestly, shiny, happy people don't get ill until they do. And I wanted to be really honest and open about that in my keynotes and my social media, because people relate to that. And when I realized that I could be very open and honest about that story, when people related to it, they were like, that's me too, and so it sometimes prompted people to get help, or at least recognize they too, may have had an issue, some of those factors involved. So the fact that I'm a mom, I think that, like, I've had the wonderful opportunity. I love women's conferences. I'm a huge women's empowerment, like, that's so important to me. And that's a value, right? So I definitely speak so much at women's conferences. And so just being vulnerable and bringing all of those dimensions, some of that you would know by seeing me, some of it you wouldn't. And that's what I was talking about, that diversity of perspective. I am more than just what you see.
So beautifully said. I mean, the work that you are doing, thank you so much. Truly, the thought leadership that you're putting into the space, the way you invest yourself, the way you show up on the stages and with your audiences, in front of the scenes, behind the scenes, all of it. Thank you for your work in this space, truly, for helping us expand the way we look at everything.